with the applause here, Devin. Welcome to the Urban Apostle Podcast. I am 20% of your host.
Hey,
You still on infractions.
levels.
You still on infractions. I like that.
I'm on the fit. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Very special edition of the Urban Apostle Podcast. Before we get into that, we wanted to introduce our audience to the newest apostle. Apostle is here in addition. Gonzaga.
What up?
He is here to, in addition, not to replace Apostle. Announce yourself.
What up? My name is Chuck. What's the deal?
He's the cool apostle.
Lewis Apostle.
Coolest. Cool it now. All right. This is, in the wake of, the information that I'm pretty sure we all received pretty much was
Devastating
a shock.
information, man. Shock.
Not that death is never a shock, but this one was, when you see people, you hold them to a higher regard or you look at them as invincible and then their mortality comes to the forefront. It kind of puts things in perspective. So definitely want to start off with rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
Sure.
Rest in peace, Gianna Bryant. Rest in peace to the other 7 pastors as well. I wasn't well versed into what they were doing. I know one was a baseball coach. There was a couple of players and parents of the team of Gianna Bryant, but definitely not want to get those people lost in the shuffle. It's just that
horrible tragedy, man.
For sure, man.
Horrible tragedy.
We've seen Gianna and Kobe more, and we're more familiar with them, especially Kobe. And I feel like the city of Philly, this is like our biggest L.
This is definitely
a big L.
This is definitely hurtful, and it hits home, man.
Yeah,
it hits closer to home just for the simple fact, like you just alluded to. I feel as though, especially the city, we're one of the top cities just across the nation. And when you come in terms of basketball, that culture, you know what I mean?
Remember when Hank Gathers died?
I was a little too young.
Yeah.
It was a little bit before my time, but
I knew about it.
The impact of it, yeah, I definitely knew about it.
Like the OGs that tell you,
yeah.
Like that's like and
but just for Kobe, like Kobe definitely represented that Philly gritty culture, man. Just on the court,
for sure.
You know what I mean? The way he played on the court, that's Philly all the way.
We definitely gonna dedicate this entire episode. We gonna call this the KB24 episode.
Mamba.
Definitely for the Mamba, and it's crazy because I know it's some couple perspectives I want to share on watching Kobe. I mean, we watched the dude grow up to the man that he was. You know, what I'm saying? Literally. And if you from Philly, it went beyond the league. We been knew about guy. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do this special podcast, and we're gonna break up the 24 years that Kobe had with us that we share. We're gonna break those up into 4 quarters. You know what I mean? Only the proper way. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do some fractions. I didn't even do my math on that. How that breaks down.
It's 6, bro.
Okay, that's why I thought I just wanted to
6 years.
I wanted to break it. So we're going to break it up in 6 years increments, starting from 96 to 2002, so on and so forth. Basically starting from his entrance into the league. We're going to talk about, those intervals of years and how you felt about them and how as everybody shares their experience, we'll kind of hear the evolution of how we started looking at Kobe and how that changed. Because I know for me personally, how I felt about Kobe from the beginning to, let's say, last week.
I think
it's two completely different joints.
But I think those conversations are important and needed. So let's get into it.
Let's start out
the totality of a human.
Let's start out with the first quarter of the life that we were able to observe from Kobe from 96. Let's go year by year in the quarters. So 96, it was the story. Now, I'm not sure if you guys know about the stories. I'm pretty sure y'all do. We all the same age. Kobe used to be up St. Joe's giving out this work to the Sixers, Jerry Stackhouse, anybody that showed up.
Aaron McKee.
All of them as a 16-year-old.
St. Joe, now that's not the only place. He
everywhere.
Used to play in the Bakers League, Sunny Hill League, things of that nature. These are like staples from the basketball culture of the city. But just we heard the stories about him even before then. You heard stories about him being 13.
Right.
AU ball traveling, but still playing with like the Sixers or like
Right.
playing against Temple Owls.
He was
like,
with
you
the
know what I mean?
Sixers a lot
Yeah.
during his like junior and
Yeah.
and you know with his dad and that relationship that they had, and also the prospect that he was.
Yeah, John Lucas was the coach.
Right,
back
and
then.
John Lucas, and
Yeah.
if anybody know anything about John Lucas is a super players coach, like super players coach. Actually, John Lucas' son used to play at the Salvation Army on 55th and Market.
Okay, wow.
55th and Market.
Absolutely, like
Down the street
John
from
Lucas,
Detroit.
John Lucas the third. They used to play for Oklahoma State, the Bulls.
That used to be a good court back in the day.
Like,
Yeah.
Used to- back.
No dog, you had a lot of
I
compliments.
used to go in there all the time. That's a good vibe in there with just, you know, stuff for kids to do community wise.
Need to have some more of those.
Definitely, they just reopened it up. Actually, shout out to the city for that, because it definitely was closed for a while, and I used to go there when I was little. But shout out to the city for
Definitely need those resources.
the resources
sure.
to reopen in there.
My personal opinion on Kobe, I was like, I'm not big on the high school hype. I never have been. LeBron, anybody else, I've never been like, it's high school. Like, I can't compare a high school kid to an NBA dude, regardless of the stories I was hearing.
Okay.
And another aspect of 96, I was 11 years old.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So in that aspect, I liked what I liked. So if my favorite player was, let's say, Vince Carter,
Right.
and your man was, you was trying to say your man was better than me, I don't like him because he not better, because I'm young. You like what you like. You know what I'm saying? Without any context, I didn't have any appreciation for craft and things like that. I like talent then. So I seen a dude, and it was that 96 year. I was like, all right, he won a dunk contest. I was like, all right. Then the Utah game. And this is an important game, bro.
I think that was very
Let me
important,
stop
yeah.
you real quick. Let me get a 20. Before we get to the game, right? I just want to. One thing that I definitely appreciated back then in that time was the Sprite commercials. Them Jones was lit. Kobe Bryant, slam dunk giant. Like
Right.
them Jones was lit.
Timmy Jones was lit too.
They was, but
No, they wasn't. No,
They wasn't,
It was
but
Tim Duncan. I
I
forgot. I heard myself say that. I was
I
like,
appreciate Bean Jones though. Like he had just the immediate impact from coming in. You know
no,
what I
he
mean?
had him Jones' rookie year. He had him with the fro. That was fro Kobe. That was second year. Second year, I didn't like Kobe again. Hear me out. There was a heavy push for Kobe from the NBA at that year.
Yeah, he
I
started
don't
the
know.
All-Star game.
And it didn't start on his own team. It was a Jordan Kobe.
Was that a fan vote or was that?
No. This was a league push.
That was a league vote.
For sure. It was It was a fan. It was a
definitely
fan
fan.
vote.
He
But the
started-
league.
Also coming off of just winning a dunk contest the
Right.
year before.
That's what they
The
look
league
at
was like, yo, this
progression.
kid, he
wasn't
plays
in
like
the dunk
Jordan.
contest the following year, correct?
No, well, he coming off a dunk contest, so
He
coming
had
into the
won the
dunk-
title his
dunk
first year.
contest,
He,
right.
ain't- he
Right.
never
He
defended.
won,
and I feel like he
He
didn't
never
have
defended.
he didn't have competition that year. I felt like
He ain't do nothing spectacular that
No.
year.
I
He-
mean, but at that time, the shit that he did was something for that time.
It
Gerald
really was.
Gerald Ryder just did
had
that.
already done
Like
this
3
shit.
years prior.
Yeah, he didn't do anything
But
that hadn't
that's what
already
I'm
been.
saying. I can't help who I'm in the competition against.
No. But I'm just
You
saying,
can push the envelope.
like the same conversation we had about this Jordan conversation, it's that same thing.
But this is the thing. The only way the dunk contest would be as competitive as it was supposed to be is if the league demanded that certain people defend titles.
You can't,
and
but
also-
it's a break though. You can't.
Yeah.
I can't demand. I can't say, yo,
But
you got a
so
week
then it is
off
what
and
it
you
is,
gotta do. You know what
So
I'm
it
saying?
is what it
think
is
it's
then.
this.
But I'm just
So
saying.
you can't help who you go against.
I'm saying
It might
the
be
the
like
dunk
this year.
contest as a whole was forgettable.
Yeah.
Only reason we know about it because it was Kobe that won it.
For sure, a high school
But
kid.
it was an awful dunk
It
contest.
was an awful dunk
You don't remember
contest.
no dunk.
His
You don't even remember another Kobe dunk other than the between the leg one.
I mean, he did
'Cause I
some
don't.
cock it back
That
shit
sounds
some-
like the 2014 dunk contest.
he did some shit for the
don't
time.
even
Like
know
it
it.
wasn't no
That sound like-
crazy
Exactly.
joint.
Whatever
even
dunk
know who was
contest
there.
John Wall won a dunk contest.
That was the year.
okay. Yeah.
That was
That-
the year.
Yeah, that was a bad.
So his
That was
second
a
year,
bad
the big
dunk
thing was him and Jordan. So Jordan was like, "This is Jordan about to leave." I think this is
So you
this
feel
the
like
second.
they was trying to pass the torch to him?
They were. They for sure were.
That was the agenda, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, and they was like, this kid's 18. Remember, Kobe was the youngest to do everything.
For sure.
At the time, yeah.
Who ended up taking that mantle for the youngest? No, I think Kobe still holds the youngest player to play in the NBA game, youngest player to start.
Oh, the
It's
NBA
Kobe.
game start, yeah.
Kobe got all the youngest everything. It was never nobody younger than Kobe. Not that maybe Jermaine O'Neal ain't play. Jermaine O'Neal was the youngest to come into the league. I think.
Kobe came in at 17.
Yeah. I think Jermaine O'Neal was the youngest, but Jermaine O'Neal sat on the Portland bench for what, 2 years?
He didn't play.
3 years, if that. But I was like, all right, I see the athleticism for sure.
Where's the rest?
Huh?
You was probably like, where's the rest?
No. But I was 12, 13.
So you liked all the exciting shit.
Yeah,
the
but
dunks,
the
he was
Utah
flashing and playing.
joint,
He was flashing.
and I thought Kobe was an arrogant bull, because he was. Like that's what he was. And I was like, damn, Bull shot damn near he shot 4 air balls in clutch. But that's when Kobe started. Every legend got to get their ass kicked. They don't talk about Jordan. Jordan was Russell Westbrook for 5-6 years.
Refuting that.
So I got a little bit of a different perspective.
So like, I think he took that as work. Like, and he was like, "Yo, I got the talent, but like, I was a little overconfident because this is a game that I haven't. I know I can play it, but I don't have any reference point to where I should have this confidence." Right. But then he started working. I was just like, all right, this little motherfucker got some ability. And, after that year, it was his big highlight that second year was the All-Star game. And they didn't want to, like, you couldn't be like, yo, I'm putting this 18-year-old dude in front of Eddie Jones. That was the big thing. Because Eddie Jones wasn't somebody where you could just put on the bench.
He was still in his prime, dog.
Right, but it was like, yo, I got this bull, young bull. And Eddie was like, yo, I'm still giving you 18, 19 with Shaq and Van Exel.
Yeah.
No, Eddie Jones was still.
Eddie Jones was always.
But Jerry West was like, yo, but this. Shout out to Jerry West, because Jerry West seen the vision.
He does.
He bet the house. He shorted Shaq $30 million, so he can get Kobe. He said, look, I know you want 150, but I got 120 for you, and I got this kid who will be the best player in the league one day.
Jerry West, and I'm glad you mentioned that. He's like, to me, he's had a lot of influence, especially lately with the free agency and how things have been going. He been like, he finessed for the Warriors. He finessed for the Clippers. So like,
couldn't finesse for the Grizzlies though. Tried.
Yeah.
He tried. He got some years out of
them. In the playoffs for like 8 straight years.
He set them up. He set them up good.
And I think that third year is when he started. They traded Eddie Jones to the Heat, right?
He went to Charlotte.
Charlotte.
He went to Charlotte first.
Who did they? I don't know who they traded him. Was it Eldon Campbell? They traded him and Eldon Campbell for somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know who though. But anyway,
they got Corey Blunt back.
Right. Then it was like
sound like any bull.
They got Corey Blunt back.
Corey Blunt was all right.
Nah, he was a decent big man.
He was serviceable.
I think in his first 6 years, my big issue was Kobe was he used to bust the niggas that I liked ass, pause. And as a kid that liked what he liked, I love Vince Carter. Vince Carter was my favorite guy of all time. So like, my big thing, I was like, all right, boy, he got Shaq, and Vince ain't got nobody. But Kobe was giving niggas work, bro.
No, he balled.
Yeah. And what really turned me off from Kobe his first 6 years was that series against the Sixers.
See, now that's a little bit of a perspective I can speak on. Like at that time, I was a heavy AI guy. So when that series went down, but this is where I'm conflicted at, because when I was that age, I was a Lakers fan. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But I stopped liking the Lakers when Shaq got there. Like I didn't like the Lakers no more. Oh, wow. But I was that was OP.
Mac don't like
on Lakers.
Mac. Let me give
off Shaq.
Let me give you some information on Mac. Mac don't like nothing where
contrarian.
Right, where it just looks like
you're
the juggernaut,
shit,
you're the
man.
overwhelmed. Mac don't like none of that shit.
But it's any given Sunday, man. Any given day. So like at the end of the day, even if they are, you say they stack, they still got to play.
Yeah, but no, that shit was
kind of not really, because
not back then.
This is post. See, you're younger than us. Post Bulls era, we know
unathletic
we come from dynasties.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So in everything we watched, it was either the Cowboys, the 49ers,
or the Lakers. It was everybody's team.
The Lakers, the Celtics,
the Braves, and the Yankees.
Or the Bulls. So after the Bulls, it was like, damn, what dynasty? We wasn't used to chip here. who the next dynasty? We don't know who it's gonna be. So then it was like,
But now that's crazy because now everybody appreciates somebody winning differently every year because everybody got tired.
it's gonna be like that for a while in the NBA.
I like it.
I don't think we ain't gonna have no repeat chance for a while. I think the
No,
parity
no
is
team
there,
is
bro.
built for no repeat.
I don't. Anyway,
No team right now is built for a repeat.
losing track. It's all about
We
being.
getting off topic.
So that first chip with him and AI, and everybody remember that
First
classic.
chip
was the
The first
Pacers.
chip was against the
Yeah.
Right,
Pacers.
I knew he was gonna beat them.
They
Knew-
cheated. They cheated Portland out of that shit though, dog. They cheated.
I think Mike Dunleavy cheated Portland.
Nah, dog.
I know the
refs-
call timeout on
the
18-0 run.
Man, the refs was
Definitely
the
called
refs
right.
were
I'm
horrible
calling
the
it
entire
that.
series.
But listen, bro. But listen,
I'm calling it a
as a player,
You can't
as a player, you
rely
can't
on
leave
that.
it. You can't leave it up
You
to the
can't rely on
to the refs. The moment you leave it up to the refs,
You
You
lost.
seen what I seen?
I seen it.
Yeah.
can't rely on that, though.
And that Portland team, I think man for man was the best team constructed ever.
Damn right it was.
Like,
You damn
1
right
through
it
12.
was, dog.
Like
That shit
all
still,
vets.
that shit,
Like,
I'd still be upset about that shit to this day, dog. I think the Lakers bought that shit.
And you got the
I think the Lakers bought that championship.
Donaghy
That was the
effect
first
too
year.
back in
Yeah,
them
that was the
years,
first year
like-
at the Staples Center. That was the first year at the Staples Center. Magic at the start of the fourth quarter was sounding worried.
Yeah,
Like,
they
he
was
was, you know
worried.
what I'm saying? Like,
You got the Donaghy effect too.
They
though,
went
back
7,
in them
right?
years, like
they go
so.
seven.
the Lakers' toughest problems was Western Conference Finals.
Yeah,
During
Tough,
that
their
run.
toughest series
Right.
when they won chips. Their series.
But they only went one
their
game where they
series was
almost
Western
swept.
Conference Finals.
well, no, that second year, that second year, the AI.
Second
No,
year
no,
they lost one
they
game.
That was
lost
the AI
they
game.
lost,
Yeah, they lost one
Everybody
game.
know how legendary that AI game. I remember the AI and Kobe going back and forth, just jawing
whole
during the
game.
tech, and they was talking. And AI was like, and Kobe was like, "Oh, I hear you." Kobe like really loved the role of the villain. Like, yo, I want to make you upset.
Yeah,
Like, I want you to be sad. And
because it's gonna take you over
Remember
the
that
game.
commercial? Remember that Nike commercial where every city, like they had a person from every city singing about hating them, but
Yo.
it was just the love that they had
Yep.
for him
And-
and the ability. It was just
And
it
what
was
was-
just heartbreaking because your team was on the other end.
right.
Of it.
And who was that? And he was talking greasy about Philly. Remember he was talking greasy in the joint?
their hearts
He was
out.
like, oh no, I couldn't even rip their hearts out.
Yep.
So I was like, yo, this nigga, like he ain't even,
Right.
like,
Yeah,
yo,
Yeah, when he said that,
Right,
I was
you ain't
like,
feel that.
I didn't feel that at all.
so
I was an AI guy. I
how
didn't feel that.
people feel about Bron is how I felt about Kobe. How people like, yo, he ain't out because Kobe had this arrogance from day
Yep.
one. It's just like
Man, we used to be in the
now
lunchroom
Bron
all day.
Bron ain't arrogant. Bron is entitled. It's a difference.
Bron has said some arrogant shit.
Yeah, but he not
Obnoxious
consistently
shit.
arrogant.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Kobe, that's his
He pop
trait.
pop
Like,
his shit. when he wants
His
to.
name is
No,
King
that's just how you
James.
carry yourself.
no, but Kobe is like that in every setting. Like, and he's always been like
That's really
that.
how you carry
That's
yourself.
But he's arrogant.
He got an air about him. Yeah,
That's
for
cool.
sure.
That's cool. But I ain't feel that. You ain't
In
win a
that-
chip
in that
yet,
moment, yeah.
and I ain't feel that when you was going up against Jordan. Same way niggas feel about Bron. I didn't feel that. So it's a Kobe. It's 18-year-old Bull versus the GOAT. No, that's not it. Bull don't even start. What we talking? He averaged 17. Like that's how I feel. And I feel how people feel about Bron. It's the exact same fucking thing. So let's go to the next 6 years because I feel like the first 6 years minus the first year was very peachy for him.
Well,
It was
he
prime.
he had to go through his struggles as far as becoming a man in a different city, and he had to grow up. Like you mentioned the Utah shit, like he had to go through that. He had to go through not starting, you know what I mean, with being that arrogant of a person, that cocky of a person.
That
like
shit affected
mentally,
him.
that shit
That
affected
definitely
him.
Yeah,
affected
but
You know what I'm
but
saying? That shit affects you, bro.
In the whatever in Dell Harris's
Shout out to Dell
defense.
Harris.
No, he shouldn't have started.
No, not shout out to Dell Harris. You traded
I'm-
my nigga Nick.
I'm not starting you over Eddie Jones.
Got
I'm
my
not
man
starting.
Nick out
I
of
don't
there.
care how good you are at 18. I'm not starting you over a 26, 25, 26 proven
That's a fact.
Prime player.
all-star.
No, I get
Eddie
that.
Jones was an all-star.
I get that, but I'm
So
just
that's
saying
why I was like-
in Kobe's personal
Yeah, for
struggles,
sure.
like, that shit he had to deal with.
For sure.
And grow up with and
I think
progress through.
Now here is when, just in retrospect, because I didn't feel that way then.
Got
Like,
silent me one
with,
time, bro.
With
You were saying?
the wild shit was like him and Shaq three-peated. Pretty much the pinnacle of sports. We don't got nobody four-peating. So the three-peat. And the kind of person Kobe is like he evolves.
Bill Russell 8-peated.
He was 18. That's fine.
I mean,
what was the evolution?
He did it.
What was the evolution of after a three-peat?
It was to win another one.
No,
Dominance.
without main man.
Yeah,
Because I'm
dominance.
big bull.
Oh, no, facts. Oh, I thought you meant in turn.
No.
that-
I mean, after winning
for-
three-peat,
for him?
what's our next move?
Oh yeah, he gotta go.
And-
So
and
I
Kobe's-
gotta
Kobe,
prove I can do it by
Think he was
myself.
thinking like that?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
that's exactly what he said.
That's why
Absolutely.
Shaq
Yeah.
got traded.
He said, "Yo,
Honestly,
one of us
that
got
was
to go."
some dumbass shit.
No, it
That
wasn't.
was.
Why?
I don't think so.
They could have ran that shit into the ground.
Yeah,
man.
but-
they
but-
could have ran that shit into.
But here go the thing, though.
That's in Shaq
A lot of
talks about shit all
players,
the time.
a lot of players after they get their chip, it's all about being great now.
Yeah.
Right, okay,
And we
that's true.
and we don't, bro.
It's
If
legacy
a
at
nigga
that
win a
point.
chip and they go get some money, we be like, get your bag, bro. You right, he got his chip. Go get your bag. His shit wasn't even bag chasing. He was like, yo,
Legacy.
how I'm gonna be great, because he wanted to be the greatest.
There's no way that I'm not gonna bet on me and Shaq if I'm Kobe.
Let me tell you this.
All the way to the fuck.
Answer
Yeah,
this-
but
answer this
Kobe-
question.
but
Kobe didn't win.
But Kobe did bet on himself, though.
Kobe didn't bet on himself and win.
He did bet on
He
himself.
did, but-
He still had some.
Come on, man.
Kobe's the only person
like,
to
We're not,
do.
we're
Like
not
Kobe's the
talking
only
about
person that
help.
had
It's
a
a team sport. Of
mentality
course
to
he
do
got help.
that.
I'm saying,
How many more could
he
they
said,
have?
I'm saying, yo,
If it
you're
was
acting like the
Shaq.
Spurs didn't exist. That's why they wasn't winning them chips.
I mean, they could have added pieces.
What with the luxury cap? What you gonna add? Your two
you can't
fucking
add
players, and the luxury cap is at 80 million in, and these niggas making 30. You ain't got no bread.
Niggas on the bench that's getting 10 minutes a game making 30 now. So like,
Like, he wanted to like, yo, I don't want to be a 2-man team.
He just wanted him by
In his head, Jordan only won chips with who?
Pippen.
If I'm trying to be great, I gotta do something that the
I
greats
gotta
haven't
win
done.
without nobody.
So it's his
But
shit.
he didn't win without nobody though. That's the point.
That's crazy.
He
They
still had
didn't
some.
trade, they didn't trade Shaq for nobody.
Right,
No, no.
like he still
Listen,
had the
right.
soul.
Here's my thing.
You
We
feel
gotta-
what I'm saying?
when we
Like,
No,
say
they didn't
nobody-
trade Shaq for nobody.
Listen.
They definitely
No, they traded Shaq for nobody.
No, he got Lamar Odom, which was
They got
a
Lamar
piece,
Odom,
which was a
dog,
piece
and
in his
LeBron
time.
Butler.
Okay, all
Like,
right.
You're
I
not
got
gonna
you.
give me them
Dog,
Sasha
wow.
Vujacic, Smush Parker teams.
Dog.
I'm not
No,
taking that.
I'm saying without Lamar Odom, those teams don't win a championship.
Okay,
you can-
I agree to that.
So that's an.
But what
you
I'm
can't say
saying
it's not a
is,
nobody.
But what I'm saying is, when the motherfucker left, you're not gonna give me them Sasha Vujacic, Smush Parker teams.
Oh
that's
no,
viable.
no.
They
You
weren't viable
The thing about
contenders.
that is, yes, I am,
No,
because no, bro, you can't
He got to
order
the
your
second round with them niggas, right?
you can't order your food the way you want it and then say I don't like it, bro. That's what he asked for. You want to be guy?
No,
I'm taking the most dominant person of all time
In the league.
off your team. There's no way somebody's gonna come in and give you that production. I don't give a fuck who it is. You can name an all timer. So yeah, you got to work, bro. And
I
until we
agree with
figure
that.
this out, and Kobe, I don't think he realized like, oh shit, they about
This
to give
shit
me
real.
a couple G League niggas, Kwame
I
Brown,
think he did.
and he was
think
like,
he did.
nah, because then
Fucking bum.
remember Kobe asked for a trade.
To the Clippers in
Yeah,
2006.
that's because they wasn't trying to rectify the situation. He had gone 3, 4, 5 years of like not getting to the
here we
chip.
go though.
That's what you
you
asked
can't
for.
say I want to do this on my own and then expect ideal circumstances for you to get it. It ain't gonna be that easy. It wasn't that easy for you to win it with the most dominant niggas. It ain't no way you gonna say I want to do it myself.
I get that.
And they was like, all right, go ahead, nigga.
I get that, but I think his gripe was more on the front office side of things. Like
But-
you guys are not making efforts,
Bro, but I
To
just
bring anybody here to
to
help me.
bring.
I mean, a
bring-
lot of
but,
cats in
all
the
right,
league
here
can
we go.
complain about that though, bro.
in that regard, no,
What you
we're
mean?
talking about it this time. We're not talking about other cats. We're gonna
Yeah, we talking about
strictly
Bean.
Kobe. Here go my thing though. You told me to get rid of the most dominant force this game has ever seen.
That's fine.
I'm never going to replace. But hear me out.
You're his replacement.
Hear me out. Your ideal of help is the most dominant person the game has ever seen, and I can't replicate that.
That's
You're
fine.
going to struggle.
Not in one man.
You got not in 3.
But
You're gonna struggle, bro. You're gonna have this
You
shit
gotta
team
figure it out.
because I just got rid of the most dominant nigga that you've only played with ever in life. So it's kind of hard. I can give you Shaq and give you Anthony Davis, and it's a huge drop off. It's
Yeah, but
always gonna be a huge drop off.
I think his perspective and his gripe was like, yo, y'all don't have like y'all can get fucking the Tombstone pizza. Y'all don't have to get the Ilios. Like, if you're gonna be cheap, but you can still get the
I don't
Tombstone.
think it even mattered.
I don't want the fucking Ilios.
I think
get
he
the
get
Tombstone.
He get the same,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Who could he had asked for at those times from 2000? We talking 2002
When
to
he
2008.
when
Who
he
could you
drafted.
ask for and he would have got a chip and he would have been fine with? It ain't too many. Tim Duncan.
Everybody's shit was spread out there.
Tim Duncan, and he wasn't going nowhere.
Everybody had.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the people you think you can ask for.
Big name.
They was trying to give him like the little piece, like they was trying to give him LeBron type people.
No, they
like
was giving
he a
him-
shooter, and that's
They
how
wasn't
Kobe
LeBron
worked.
type people, bro.
I think
They wasn't LeBron. Jordan Farmar is a LeBron type person.
they
gave
drafted him. They drafted
It was
him.
Brian Grant. It was
Brian Grant,
It
Shannon
was,
Brown,
It was
Cook.
Lamar Odom.
It was
Brown.
50-year-old Brian Grant.
It wasn't
don't-
though. It was Brian Grant. It was Lamar Odom, and
He
it was
had good
Karan
years, didn't he?
Butler.
And
They had
He had good
and
years,
didn't
didn't
they have Shannon Brown too?
They had, but that was the trade.
Shannon Brown was on the
Those
He
team.
had good years, didn't he? Brian Grant
wasn't
did?
on
First, not the first Jones.
On the
no.
Lakers, Brian Grant had good years?
No, not
At
good
least
years.
two.
Not good years. No.
No,
His-
bro.
No.
The two he got there,
Yo, Brian Grant
No,
had one
bro.
good year and it was in Portland.
I'll give you Lamar and Karan.
he was no good in Miami.
No, he was
He
solid.
had one
No,
good
you
year where
bugging.
he went to the All-Star game
bugging.
and he was in Portland.
You bugging. I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
riding with that.
Are we talking about the same Brian
I'm not
Grant?
riding with that. You bugging.
What-
I'm not riding with
When
that.
did Brian Grant become a world beater?
I never said he was, but he was a solid NBA player.
What's solid?
He had more
like
than
he was
one
there,
good year.
like a post. Yeah, he was solid.
He was a solid NBA player.
What's
Like,
solid? Like 10.
So he was a starter.
He was a solid NBA
It's a
player.
lot
He
of niggas
started
in the
multiple
league
years
that
in the
Was he better
NBA.
than Antonio
That's not
Davis?
solid.
Yes.
No.
You said better than who?
Antonio Davis from the used to play
Yes.
the Pacers. Strong ass nigga that used to shoot.
Yes.
No, he's not.
He was better than both of them.
You talking about career wise?
Both the Davises.
No,
Yeah, like not even close, bro.
no. I don't
And
think-
Antonio Davis wasn't even like that. He went to the All-Star game. Like Brian Grant was. Anyway,
Back to
the point I was trying to make is like it's gonna take some time.
to figure it out.
And I also didn't like Kobe the shit he did with the Sun series. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yo.
Where he beat Phoenix?
No, where he
No, when
didn't
he
shoot,
didn't shoot.
and
In
they
Game
lost
7.
Game 7. I wasn't feeling that.
Yo, he was snapping
Petty.
because
Don't play them.
he was snapping because y'all got me out here with fucking Smush Parker every day.
But it's Game 7. All that shit got to go out the window. We trying to win. And you're going against the league MVP where you can make a statement. And one, that's your MVP.
I did
Let's
that.
talk about that too.
Niggas is
That's
not-
see, and that's a point. You
Let's talk
lost the
about
MVP to Steve Nash.
he
That
didn't
was
lose
his.
anything.
Yes, he did. Steve Nash should have never won the MVP.
First of all, the
award, bro.
MVP should have been between Kobe and Jason Kidd. Nash should have never even been in the conversation.
So
Jason-
not only did they give away your MVP,
Jason-
and they gonna bounce you on 7 games, you ain't gonna do shit about it.
You can't say
No, he
Nash
just
didn't deserve that.
no, he didn't. Jason
The
Kidd.
first year he did.
Jason Kidd.
The first year Nash.
No way you can tell me about Steve Nash
What year was
winning and don't say Jason Kidd.
What
First year.
What
Nash
Any
deserved
year.
it.
That was Jason Kidd's. What year was that for Jason?
When he
Kidd?
took the Nets to back-to-back fucking
So it was the
championships.
second year Jason Kidd was in New Jersey, or the first year?
The first year
They
they
went the
went.
first year.
Yeah, I'm asking you which year.
Both. He should have been in consideration for both.
Which year are we talking about that Nash won the finals? I mean,
one-
won
the
the
one where
and-
he
Is that
took
kid
Kobe in
first
game
year or
7.
second year?
Yeah, it was the year. Not was it the year that the
Make it
Lakers
make sense,
Lakers
beloved.
lost to
That's what I'm saying. Are they
Make it
are
make
these,
sense.
are these the same? All I'm asking are these all the same years that we're talking about?
Yeah, bro, that's the
Because-
year Kobe had scored like 40
So the
straight-
first year
and
Nash
15
won
straight games.
MVP is the year the Nets went to the finals? No.
When the year was that?
Nash won MVP in like 06, 07, bro. He was on Phoenix.
Yeah.
Jason Kidd took the Nets in 2001 and 3 or 2 and 3.
Yeah.
They went 01, 02.
I'm about to tell you when it was.
02,
Who the
03.
Lakers play in their first championship?
They played the Pacers.
Who they play in their second?
They played the Sixers.
Who they play in their third?
They played
And they won 4-1.
that was 03, 02
The Nets went back.
and lost to the Spurs.
Those 2 years are the
Nash
years.
didn't win MVP none of them years.
I'm talking about those. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying over them. I'm saying if you're going to give Nash an MVP for those numbers,
You could give Jason Kidd those.
and
two.
Jason Kidd doesn't get a consideration,
Okay.
fuck Nash. He took those teams to the champion. Have you seen the Nets before Kidd got there?
Tragically.
No.
With Marbury? Yeah, because that's
Yeah, they was slang.
You could argue they were better teams.
And I hate to play devil's advocate, but Nash.
You could argue they were better teams. Nash made those players better, bro. You gotta stop. Like you gotta stop.
Made those guys. He had.
Jason Kidd didn't make Kenyon Martin better.
He had a 6-man.
No, I can't say that.
He had the 6-man of the year.
Kenyon Martin was the #1 pick coming out of college, my nigga, on a broken leg.
He said Jason Kidd didn't.
He was
make
considered the
Kenyon Martin
#1
better.
pick
That's not
coming
what I
out of
said.
college on a broken leg. What are we talking about?
Anthony Bennett was the #1 overall pick. That means nothing. He made him better, bro. Those oops.
So what happened in Denver?
Kenyon Martin was already.
What happened in Denver?
He averaged 15 and 10.
So who made him
He
better there?
averaged 20.
Who made him better there?
Kenyon Martin was a beast before.
You gotta stop, man. No.
Kerry Kittles.
I'll give you fuck no. He didn't do nothing for Kerry Kittles. No, Kerry Kittles was a baller. Kerry Kittles could hoop. You bugging,
bro. Hear me out.
You bugging.
You
bugging. Kerry Kittles was a hooper. I'll give you Richard Jefferson. That's what I'll give you.
My niggas. So
He got Richard Jefferson a second contract in the NBA.
he the only one.
Richard
what? He's Andre Iguodala.
He's
Sports
the only
Center top 10 every night.
He's
a bum.
He's the only one that Kid made
Next.
better, huh?
Yes.
You are wild. Beloved.
Yes. Who else he made better?
was nice.
I can give you 10 people right now. I run down a
We're
list.
talking about the Nets.
I mean, even off the Nets.
Of course, off the Nets.
I mean, I can talk about the
Nets.
teams.
Yeah, I feel like that Nets team was already
That Nets
strong.
team, that Nets
It was
team
just
was better than Phoenix.
They
than
weren't
Nash's Phoenix
strong
teams,
enough
bro.
to win the chip without
Look
Jason
at,
Kidd.
look at their record
They-
before Kid got there. Same teams,
he
same
was
players.
out there.
Don't tell me
It
that.
wasn't the same players.
Right, wasn't the point
Yes, it
guard.
was.
Richard Jefferson was a rookie. The first year they went to the chip.
Outside of Richard Jefferson,
Ty McCullough. He was on the Sixers.
Doesn't mean
Ty
he did
McCullough
that.
did nothing to contribute to them, bro.
Huh? On the Nets?
He averaged 13. My bad, 13. Oh, my
He
bad.
started.
He started and did not contribute.
You just said he averaged 13. What are we
That's
talking
not
about?
not 13 is to be yelling out. What are you doing in the Sixers?
Yo.
What are you doing in the Sixers?
Got them to the fucking chip.
What Ty McCullough doing the Sixers? No, Ty McCullough didn't play like that year, bro.
He
You
was
wildin'.
playing.
You're wildin'. We had Mutombo. He barely played.
He played, my nigga. He got the buckets. Him and Matt Geiger was the offense. Him and Matt Geiger was the offense. What are you talking about? Him and Matt Geiger was the scoring. It was AI, Matt Geiger, Ty McCullough. That's the only niggas that scored on the Sixers.
Matt Geiger's career year was the lockout year. After that, he never averaged double figures. You can look it up, too. Prove me wrong.
Dog, he got single-digit minutes. Like,
What Chuck say? What Charles say? He had a he had a triple single. Yo,
or Ty McCullough was
yo,
there
you're
for
not
the
gonna tell
finals,
me
bro.
Jason Kidd didn't make the Nets better. Y'all, all right, let's move on. Back to Kobe. I'm not getting into that. That's just it's just treason in itself.
Team, man.
It was a better team.
It was better than Nash's
It was
team.
a better team. But I think the Nash team.
So Nash deserved it over Kobe that year? Is that what you're saying?
I feel like Nash deserved it.
Over Kobe that year.
Kobe.
No. Kobe was never gonna get an MVP while Shaq was on the team. That was the year Kobe was snapping. It was their last year when Kobe was snapping.
The Lakers
And then
weren't a great
they lost to Detroit, right?
What years are you talking? Nash
Bro.
won in 06, 07, like
Bro,
05, like 06.
can
He
you-
didn't win in...
What year are you talking about?
What year are you talking about?
You think I'm talking about a year? So what year are you talking about?
I'm talking about
I'm not
last year winning MVP. That's the only year I'm
The
referring
Lakers
to.
won 3 straight, right?
America.
In 2000, 2001, and 2002.
No, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Remember, the season goes from half a year to half a year. So it's 2001, 2001, 2002, 2002, 2003.
What year is it when the season starts,
Give me
nigga?
a second.
Because that's all that matters.
I can't explain if you cut me off, bro. That year after the three-peat, the Spurs won.
Yes.
Okay. That's 2004, 2005. The next year, the Lakers
Detroit
went
won.
back. 2005, 2006.
They played Detroit, bro.
Detroit beat them.
Yeah, but 2005, 2006, that was the year Kobe was snapping. He had fucking 10 straight games. It was the last time they played with Shaq, and he was trying to prove a
That run
point.
was crazy.
But he deserved the MVP that year.
Yeah, I agree.
But he wouldn't get it because he was on Shaq's team. That's all I'm saying.
Understandable. I agree.
And Nash won it. And I'm telling you,
He should've-
Nash shouldn't have got it. That's what I'm saying. You telling me Nash should have got over that Kobe when Kobe was wrecking out?
The first year, yeah, he should have.
No. You just said Kobe was going
You
crazy.
just said he had Shaq on the team, so yeah, he
Those
should
Phoenix
have.
teams
No, I
were
said they wouldn't give it to him because he had, and he knew that. That's why he wanted Shaq going. He felt like he'd never get his true love or be able to
Bro.
show his true talent while he had this fucking most dominant nigga of all time on him. And that's true. That's real shit.
My nigga, my man had Bo Outlaw out there fucking hooping, bro, shooting threes.
Who?
He resurrected Jimmy Jackson. Like, what are we talking about,
Who you
man?
talking about?
Nash. Like, that team was shit.
How many chips he got? Okay.
What does that mean?
Couldn't
does
have
that
been
mean?
couldn't have been wrecking out too hard. He didn't even go to a championship.
Why? We know why.
Why?
We know why. We know why.
You beat-
Because Pop put the fucking bounty in. That's why.
You beat Kobe in a game 7. Everything after that is easy. Should be, right?
No, he put the bounty in.
Come on, man. We got to America, please.
You beat Kobe. That's one
Please.
person. The Spurs was a team.
America,
That's
please
different.
stop finding excuses for grown men who can't get the job done.
Come on,
Sometimes
man.
it's as simple
You
as they couldn't get the job done.
But we're not going to discredit him because of championships, though. You can't use a team accomplishment to discredit an individual.
I'm discrediting them because the NBA looks for any great white hope. There's no way Nash should have got back-to-back NBA
I agree.
MVPs.
Yes,
There's
I agree with that.
They're looking for the great white hope every time. They do it with Luka, they do it with Dirk, they do it with Zach. Actually, Dallas Mavericks is the Dallas great white hopes. They're trying to resurrect.
They want to keep
For sure.
a tall
Yeah,
shooter, white
you too good as a black dude trading. No, I just don't think he was good enough to get these MVPs. I don't think he was the most valuable. Like I said, I gave you ample.
What? Most valuable.
No.
Okay, but you ever notice that though? Like even though
The most valuable is always subjective every year, bro. We know that.
their great white hope isn't even really
White.
He off black. He off black.
We talking about
He's off black, slight
Back
white.
to being, but
You don't mean.
and that's why when they played in that playoffs the next year, Kobe dunked on that nigga. Because he knew it was like, you got over because I was trying to prove a point to my fucking teammates. And in turn, they celebrated you for that shit like you beat me. And it was more so the message I was sending to the front office and the Lakers organization and my teammates. So now I got to do you dirty.
So you saying he was cool to take the L, to come back and show.
I think Kobe was trying to prove a point. I didn't think he thought it would go as far as they would take the L. But I think once the shit was going down, he was like, fuck it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know the fucking vibes.
You know the vibes. And he came back the next year. That's when he was dunking on everybody. That year after that, he was on some shit. That was the 81. That was the 81 season.
Should have won it that year.
He did win it that year.
My old head caught most of that.
Who? Jalen?
He only caught 18 of it. Niggas pipe it up. He only caught 18 of it.
As a grown man, you shouldn't have let
Pete
that
was
happen.
catching that work.
Jalen Rose was never a defender, bro.
Pete was catching that work.
People pipe that. Like,
The wild thing about Kobe that I found crazy is the sneaker deal, bro. The
His
Adidas
sneaker situation was wild
The Adidas, he had to pay $8 million to get out that contract.
to get out of it.
Here's the stipulations on it. Yeah, and that wasn't it. That wasn't even the wild part. The wild part is
going through some shit at the time.
he couldn't wear. They said, "Yo, you can't sign with another sneaker company for 2 years."
That's better.
That's in the contract. And this is the wild part: you can't wear the same brand sneaker more than 2 games in a row. So remember when Kobe was wearing everything, Reebok? He had to switch it up.
That's crazy.
So he was wearing Nike, then he'll go to Adidas, then he'll go to Reebok, then he'll go to Jordan. And remember, he was wearing a lot of Jordans that year too. But that was Adidas stipulation.
And he was going through the shit at that time.
I'd have been one of
Dog, that's when Kobe was wearing all the.
That means he had to buy
all these
Nah, he wasn't.
Kobe,
They don't buy
Come
anything.
on, man.
No
It's Kobe.
NFL,
It's
NBA,
Kobe.
they
He
buy.
was
They don't buy
getting
anything.
sent shit. He was bringing shit out the
And he's
collection.
a free agent. It's Kobe.
He was getting sent shit. He was getting shit
Because
sent
you
to the
gotta
collection.
They
think,
was sending like, look, just
bring
to get
you
into
in.
it.
Man, remember when Gil
With
was
the
out his
Dolce.
shit?
With the
Yo, he was
Dolce.
wearing-
When Gil
was
was
going
out,
crazy,
remember when
man.
Gil was down
He
in
was
Orlando?
going crazy.
Gil was
He was
wrong.
wearing Dolces.
Wearing
and-
anything.
Gil was wearing
crazy
every
shit
J
on the
he
floor.
had. He was going in the closet.
That was, and I felt like Kobe was in his bag. Then remember the Eagle Colorado.
It was
That was why he
because
lost
of that.
contract.
It was that same.
He lost the Sprite. He lost all that.
He lost his endorsements because of that.
Kobe, because he was fucking with the white John.
Because of the allegations.
He went back door.
And then the trial.
Let her know. That's all that came down to.
Let me
by
take
the way.
another. I need another 20.
How many 20s you get, nigga?
Listen,
Oh,
you
he
get
ain't
2.5.
telling
You get 2.5.
That's facts. She wasn't with
So
it.
this is the second
Period.
quarter.
So he's
You get 2.5.
You think that's what happened?
What?
You ain't
Oh,
hear it. He said he went back door and didn't tell her. That's why she didn't mean.
No, that's what it was. He hit her in the bum. And it didn't go over well. Joan
wasn't, yeah.
But the thing is, the Joan was a slore.
Right.
And it was known. So he thought, you know how you do when you got a Roli Face bust down. You already know when that Roli Face bust down, how it go. You act different. You do things differently. You start trying out new shit, and that's what he did.
Damn.
Now the thing ain't come. It was Kobe, and we know how it is when. And after OJ, you ain't getting on.
Let me just take a 20 real quick though.
Nigga just took another 20.
No,
That's a tech.
I never got granted the second one.
You get a text for automatic.
I never got granted
To
the
the
second one.
showers.
You get a text for not.
I said, let me get a 20. He
Go
said,
ahead.
how many 20s you gonna take? Then nigga start talking.
I thought you took it. Go ahead. I'm
No,
listening.
I didn't take it. Just during that time period, man, the Eagle County time period, to just have the mind state to like go through that during the daytime. And then like completely transition to like, oh, who we got? We got Portland tonight, 35. Who we got tomorrow night? Toronto, we got 40.
He
Like
actually
he
went to
was on
court,
some
showed up late,
shit.
and
Like
hit the game winner against Denver. In
yeah,
Denver,
in Denver.
He had
was
an awful
catching
game, though.
planes.
He had an awful game, by the way.
He was catching planes from Denver to Miami, from Denver to Dallas, from Denver to Portland.
But he
Come on,
said
man.
that's when he created the Black Mamba, when he went through all that shit.
Absolutely.
And that's
Like, come
but that's
on,
what
man.
when the case came down to. That's what it was. He hit the joint in the bum,
To still perform though.
and she
And
had
you
three
dealing
different
with that.
she had 3 different semens in her panties, bro.
Yeah.
that day.
That day,
Which
when
is-
she
right.
got
Which
raped.
is like Kobe, you wild anyway. Like
Yeah, he's wild.
You
for
don't
that.
put the dick on the crab table.
I'm
like
cool.
that.
Like I'm
Was you
cool.
the first motherfucker?
Redhead.
He the
joint, too.
fourth. He had to be the fourth.
It was a white joint
He
redhead.
didn't know niggas
I
was
Googled
running
pictures
down
of it. I know
that
what you're
day.
saying.
I mean, listen, you can smell
Nah,
that.
nah, bro.
You can smell
When
that.
you got a
bro.
Roli Face,
you can smell that.
you just kind of know. Like you ain't a Roli Face ain't never gonna tell you, yo, I'm a Roli Face.
Hey,
But listen though.
Hey, am I lying? You can smell that, right?
Hear me out.
Am I lying?
Hear me out. You're speaking from whose perspective right now?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm speaking from a nigga that ain't got millions.
Okay, so let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there. You're not speaking from a person who lived in Europe till he was 6 years old, a person who lived on the main line.
Oh, he lived on the main line. That's exactly
like
why he
a
got-
person who was.
He lived on the
Come on,
main
man.
line. And the man.
No, he didn't know, bro.
He been at Larry's.
He didn't know.
Factual. Stop playing.
He didn't
Stop
know,
playing.
man.
He stayed
Stop
at
playing.
Larry's, bro.
He didn't
Stop
know.
playing.
No. Yo,
I'm
a
telling
Roli
you.
Face, you ain't got to be from a hood to recognize Roli Face,
No,
bro.
he didn't know, man.
Roli Face is universal.
He didn't know.
Well, they
was
may
still-
not,
he
they
was
may
still
not call
sheltered
it
at that
Roli
moment.
Face.
You fighting this one, bro.
He didn't know.
This one.
He probably peeped what it was. Like,
Listen, you ain't got to call it Roli Face,
But yeah.
but it's universally recognized.
No, he ain't know.
And especially,
bro.
everybody know how. All right.
so what Tippy thought it was?
With,
Right. Come on, bro.
he was like, I'm Kobe. She was to Joe. He said, oh, she a Roli Face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to try to do this little, you know what I'm saying, that I can't do with my wife. I'm going to try to get a little buck with it. Then she was like, oh, so
She tried to
what
play like
probably
she
happened
wasn't,
is,
knowing that
no,
she really was.
she probably was with the whole thing. She probably went and told her homie, yo, I just fucked Kobe Bryant. Girl, you should have,
Get this nigga.
or told a
girl.
coworker, and then they'll turn into a thing.
That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened, bro. Because you just let 3 niggas bomb that day. Probably regular niggas that work dishwashers at the job.
Definitely
And
not on his
you
status.
couldn't get money from out of them.
Right?
You couldn't.
get it for free.
The $40 wasn't invented yet. The $40
Right.
the $40 situation wasn't invented yet. So she had to get cool.
Man, Bean was probably ahead of his time. He probably put the finger in the butt. At that time, it probably wasn't prevalent then. Finger in the butt is regular now.
Or he left the 40 on the table.
You know what I'm
She said,
saying?
I need more.
Back at then, it was probably like, oh, he put a finger. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He probably left the 40 on the table for her.
But I just wanted to
said, I
to
need
have that
more.
mind state and that mental composition to go through that at the same time. Those two
Oh,
things.
man.
He left a
That
$100
was
on
that was
the
excellence,
counter.
man.
yo,
Personified.
real shit. That really.
That was excellence
and
personified.
as his and the second was that we're in the third quarter of his career. What was that? From 2008 to 2016.
This is the number change.
This is when Kobe go 24 and he won up Jordan because he won, and that's what that was about. And that's why I
Absolutely.
love Kobe, bro.
Absolutely.
The competitor that he was is unmatched.
Everything.
There will never be another competitor because it wasn't like he knew like his biggest people that he hated going against T-Mac. He said, I hated going against T-Mac because he could do everything I can do, but he was taller. Like, and every time they played, T-Mac played crazy defense. He get fried by anybody else. He played crazy, blocking shots, all that on Kobe. Kobe was like, I'm going to figure that shit out. That's why I love the ball. So as I got older and I started watching Kobe, I was like, I get it. And he started getting on his teammates and like, you hearing the crazy stories. He was like, no, bro, I'm out here busting my ass and you not busting your ass. And I can't win unless you bust your ass too. So you can't play with me unless you on that vibe. Bye, Smush. That's what all the motherfuckers he loved his teammates was hard workers. Powell, Roni Turiev.
Turiev definitely is a hard worker.
Lo, like he loved the hard work. Vucevic, all them hard worker boys. Those was his guys. So it was like I seen, and then he beat the Boston team. Mm-hmm. I didn't like the Boston team. I don't like Garnett. So I was like, at this point,
I don't like Paul Pierce.
And by default, I was rooting for Kobe, and I like Lamar Odom, and I like Powell. Always like Powell. So I was like, all right.
I like both the good songs.
And I like one thing about Kobe, man, and that shit showed me, and I liked Artest too.
I think everybody liked
when he was
Artest.
That Game 7, people don't even peep. Kobe shot terrible Game 7 against Boston. Mm-hmm. Dreadful.
Yep.
But what did he do? Led this fucking game in rebound.
Yep.
Kobe had fucking 19 rebounds.
19 rebounds.
17 and 19.
Killed us.
And he was like, yo, I can't hit a shot.
Like
but
8
what he do?
offensive puppies.
Pass that shit to Artest.
Right in the corner.
Old Kobe went and did that. Kobe evolved. And I think that's when, like Kobe, his first 3 chips, I don't think that made him a winner.
No.
Because again, he had the most dominant ball.
The last 2
I feel, and the last two, he had to figure
he
out
had
how to
go-
win.
he had to go through
There were
losing
times
first.
when he had to step up.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But it was more so of a.
But he had to
It was
go
more.
through losing
It was more so a 1A, 1B situation.
It was more.
though,
If anything, he had to
later
step up
on
and carry the team.
Yeah, later on it was more.
He had more
like,
instances.
he
It was
had
more or
to do
less.
what he had to
I got to
do.
step up.
You feel me?
I got to step
Before
up
it
in
was
this
just like,
moment.
I got to step.
You know what I'm
up in
saying?
this
But
moment.
like,
later on,
he
it
learned
was,
how to win.
I have to do this. Like, if I don't do this, we gonna fucking lose.
I think he learned how to win in those moments that he failed.
For sure. That's all the greats do. Ask Bron, ask Jordan,
Yeah.
ask all of them. That's
So them years that they wasn't even getting past the second round.
Yeah.
Right. Fuck that,
Them
making
years
the playoffs.
they wasn't making the playoffs. Like,
I liked how he treated the young bulls.
in terms of what?
Like letting them when they was just cool
Like
and
young
happy to
bowling
be
them?
here and was
Like Young Bull.
yo, like you don't even got enough accolades after your name to practice with me after practice, my nigga. But I like it because it was a psychological joke.
Yeah.
They loved Kobe. They fucking adored his
legacy.
yeah, like they loved everything about him. So like if Kobe was like, yo, I'm not fucking with you, they like, no, I gotta get Kobe to be fucking with me. He was like, yo, y'all got motherfuckers working. Like he loved D-Lo. He really couldn't fuck with D-Lo after he did that nut shit.
He picked up a lot of I think
I think a lot of niggas.
somebody that deserves credit to just making up that mind state that goes into the Mamba mentality. Deserves a lot of credit is Phil Jackson. Because Phil is one of those guys that plays the mind games.
I think
and
Phil
does
played mind games with him by like Mike would do this and you ain't doing that type of vibe. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Or like little stuff like he coming out the game, send him at the end of the bench, or just whatever. Like Phil would do stuff like that. So I think Kobe developed a lot of his attributes from that. As far as like I'm gonna test these people mentally. Like you hear stories about him cursing out Powell in Spanish for an entire practice. And
Only
nobody else knows
like,
the conversation they're having, but Powell's fucking furious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
I didn't like that he socked Samaki Walker while he was sitting down on the bus.
Nah, Samaki.
Because Samaki would have threw him somewhere if he'd have got. They said he stole him. They was arguing, and Samaki was sitting there with his headphones on, and Kobe went in and stole him. And everybody held Samaki Walker back.
They knew the vibe.
As they should.
And he forced Shaq, too.
As they should. Yeah.
Respect. Because I'm that type of nigga. Like, I don't care how big. You go. And Shaq was like, yo, this nigga crazy.
Yeah, he from Philly.
He said he swung on him, he missed, and after that, everybody's story gets very fuzzy.
Don't nobody know what the fuck happened.
No, everybody. For some reason, everybody's story stops right there. And if you know anything about two niggas that want to fight, if one swing, that's not the end of the fight.
Something got dark. It must have got spooky.
Right. I think it was like use your imagination type vibe.
He probably
yeah, that sounds familiar.
Kobe and
That story
fucking
sounds similar.
Yeah.
That sounds very familiar to Donovan and Terrell.
Yeah. Story gets very foggy.
Same story.
It's
Niggas
funny.
know what it is.
It's funny.
But
That's
he,
funny. We gonna talk about it off the camera. That's
he
funny
got,
you mention that.
He got
Say less.
as he got older, like he tore the Achilles, took the 2 shots. I watched Paul Pierce get dragged off in a wheelchair.
that was horrible, man.
Off a shoulder sprain. They come back.
horrible.
So to see
That was
that,
horrible,
like
man.
to see Kobe tear his
Yeah.
Achilles and was like, nah, we go, nigga, I'm Mamba. Like
No,
I got
if he
keep.
went out on an injury,
He couldn't come back in the game.
So
somebody else was gonna have to take
Just
these-
to have that
Oh,
laser
shoot these
focus.
drones.
You keep it a bean. I think you know when you tear your Achilles, and I think when you tear that shit, you know you're not coming back in the game.
Yeah, but
I
he
think-
didn't know that.
I think
though.
it was bro.
Hey, no.
Everybody that tore their Achilles
They know.
that I know, they was like, yo, you know. I think it was more so like I'm
was
Mamba,
in
nigga.
denial.
Right.
And
So I'ma
everybody's
get these 2
here.
points,
You got me
nigga.
fucked up.
And he was in denial.
And
I'ma get
and
these
nah,
points.
I don't think he was in denial, bro.
He said I went back and I really thought it was like a sprain or something.
No,
like
probably
that.
initially, like after he shot,
Yeah, he was in
before he
denial.
shot that first free throw, he knew that joint was torn. Like for sure, it's nah, bro. I've done worse and knew that shit was done. Like in my knee, tore my. I was like, yo, that's my meniscus. So I can imagine Achilles. That should stay. You can't move your foot like this. You know, you can't do this. Matter of fact, when the shit joined, his whole shit went dead. Like I think his shit was like, yo, I'm Kobe. You'll never see me taken out of here on some wounded shit.
That was definitely played a part in it.
Yeah, like, and I got these young bulls looking up to. I'm God in this shit. It's LA. Y'all got me fucked up. I seen Brian damn near cry off a cramp. What was that? That was OKC series.
No, that was the
Cramp.
the Spurs series.
No. It was OKC
No, I was
series too.
saying that.
It was
saying
listen,
that.
it happened a lot. It was OKC first when Mike Miller was knocking down all them shots and he came back in on some hobble shit, walking like this and hit the jump shot. And it was like, oh, he came back. And I was like, Mike Miller did all the damage already. But anyway, the All-Star game. And then I think later on in Kobe's career, as I got older, I was just like, oh shit, this nigga about to retire. And I don't think you realize, and it's like that right now with Vince Carter for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really have a recollection without this nigga in the NBA. And it's like,
I think my greatest appreciation of him was those final years.
we were older.
Because I was older, and I think that Kobe realized that these final years was coming up.
Yeah.
So I think he opened himself up to be more human in the public eye.
Yeah.
Like if you think that's when the ambassador of the game talk started coming around.
Remember,
like,
he was at
if you
every
think he
All-Star game
started
when he was
showing
hurt.
love.
He was still there at the All-Star game.
He started showing love.
I think he realized, like, yo, this shit is about to go.
Yeah. Like
But
he started being more personable with opposing players.
I started appreciating him,
You know what
like,
I'm saying?
just me personally, like, the kind of competitor that I am. Like, I'm a
Yeah, you
balls
got
to
it,
the wall.
man.
I'm a
You
balls to
gotta-
the wall
listen.
competitor, bro. Like, I don't.
Listen.
Like, I'm out there, I'm putting that shit on the line. And then, as I started looking back, and then Kobe Bryant Muse came out.
Okay.
And when I watched it, I was like, oh, shit, bro. Like, you got to get this nigga his flowers right here. Like,
Absolutely.
this nigga is, bro, nobody has went through. We had this conversation prior to the helicopter accident and, the 9 passengers losing their lives.
Right.
Us 4 were downstairs, and I was like, yo, Kobe Bryant is better than Jordan.
Yeah.
I said that right. I was like, yo, nobody has been through the gauntlet that Kobe has been as far as, like, going through talent to get that pot of gold. Nobody, bro. He went. If I told you all the niggas he's seen and outlasted, he outlasted AI, all them niggas, bro.
Everybody.
All of them.
Everybody.
Ray Allen, all them. Vince just still
Everybody.
playing. Like, T-Mac.
Vince is still on rostered.
Right. Like, my nigga, like,
Let's come in and drop a 3, a little fancy layup.
man, anybody can do
That shit
that.
don't count, bro. We
You're
talking
not
about Vince
dependent
Carter.
upon.
That shit don't
It's
count.
easy when you're not dependent upon.
Vince is on stack status right now.
Right, and for him to come out, and for Kobe to go out
Stackhouse
his
just
last
retired
game
like a
and say,
year and a half
take this
ago?
60.
Yeah.
He said, no. He said, yo,
Yo, that was so, and just the symmetry of it on Utah.
Yeah.
With Shaq in the
That's why he did that. I believe in my soul. That's why he
no,
did that.
that's exactly what he
I
said.
believe in my soul. That's why he did that.
Only thing would have made it better if Karl Malone and Stockton.
Yeah, like this the last game, Utah. Oh yeah, the airball shit. I got y'all. Like I believe in my soul. That's why he did that, bro.
and
Like he held on to that shit for that long,
And just
for all those years. I believe he held on to that shit.
Shaq told him, he said, I need 50 tonight.
and to
He went
take
and got
over,
60.
like after the game, is when I truly started appreciating the ball.
Yeah,
and I started
man.
going in.
Yeah.
Like his mental preparation and his mental makeup was psychotic, and
Yeah.
that's like on some competitive shit. That's how my shit. Like he is willing to sacrifice anything for a W.
That's how most successful people.
You know
Most
what I'm saying?
successful people are sociopaths.
Yeah,
Sociopaths.
and it ain't even.
He's definitely a sociopath.
And it ain't even like fuck basketball. Whatever he was gonna do
in life.
Right.
Yeah.
he was gonna be bull.
Bro, we just talked about his basketball career, right? For damn near an hour, right?
We can do the same
A
thing.
year
about
after that, he won an
about
Oscar. Like,
right.
what do we? Yeah, yes.
The most impressive part for
Fanatical.
me was like how he just transformed into like super soccer mom dad, bro. Like my nigga, and was like,
But that's I started seeing that
Right.
humanizing evolution in the last couple years in
bro,
LA. Like,
could you imagine me as a dad if I go take my daughter to soccer practice? I'm like, man, I gotta sit here and do this shit. This shit crazy. Blah blah blah. Could you imagine you going to basketball practice and you doing all that bitch and then you just see Kobe sitting there too? Like, my man, I know you got something to do. I know, but he was like,
that was what he had to do.
like, and they said Chris Paul was like, yo, my last conversation with Kobe was, yo, you working the girls too hard because he coached his daughter basketball. Yo, you gotta give him a day off, bro. You got them working 7 days a week. He's like, but like, he was like, yo, my daughter want to do this.
This what we doing.
Right.
I got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, we go do, and dog, and I want to get into a segment about Gigi too, for sure.
She a bucket. She was a bucket.
You can see who her pop was.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And I was actually like I like women's
You already
basketball.
know where that,
Like,
where
I
that
like-
situation was.
Right.
headed.
I like WNBA
You
ball.
already know where that.
I like all that.
That she was
Um,
gonna come in and be that one.
There was a clip on YouTube when it was like 5 girls guarding her and she ain't passed it. She hit that fadeaway. I said, that's Beam right there.
Yeah.
I said, I was like, dog, we about to get a
That's Beam.
killer sociopath girl?
That would have been
Like, what?
Seeing that game mature over the years would
Just
have been
the-
crazy.
Because you know it would have been like, she would have been head and shoulders
Yeah.
above the fucking field, bro.
But what was she? 13.
13.
Yeah.
By the time she was like
15, 16.
leaving high school, going into college, she probably have been the first girl to go from high school to the WNBA. or some shit.
Dog, she.
On
You
some
never
shit,
know,
like-
yeah.
And
You
the-
never know.
shit.
You never
And the
know.
beauty of that is,
'Cause
it
we
just,
talking, what, 6 years worth of work?
Yeah.
when you see
No,
them,
4 years worth
With him.
with him.
No, but even before then, they was working.
they've been working.
They been
They
working.
been
But I'm
working.
No, he's saying like more.
Four
Like more.
additional years
Yeah.
from her being 13
Yeah.
The beauty of it was,
to about 17.
when Kobe talked
18.
about it, he was like, yo, this is all her.
Right.
I ain't come to her. She came
Like,
to me.
and he was like, dog, when they be, in every game you seen Kobe at, she was right next to him, bro.
How could he
Like,
not?
like this,
how
like,
could he not support?
talking about the game. She like, or, and then I was like,
could he
damn,
not
dog,
support,
like,
though?
as a parent,
Soaking it up.
as a
Like,
parent,
real.
bro, your heart, your cup of runneth over, bro.
How could he not support?
If your kid is like, yo, I want to take the same approach you had, my nigga, because you was it.
Right.
And that's like, so when I was doing a workout, football workout at Mania,
Okay.
one of the other coaches was like, yo, Kobe just died. I was like, what?
Excuse me?
He said he had a TMZ app.
Same
And he was like, a helicopter accident, him and Rick Fox.
Yeah.
So I told the other coach, he looked on his phone and said, I don't see nothing. He making that shit up. I was like, yeah, he looked like, and I'm talking about this is my first time meeting this coach. I'm grinding him up in my head. I was like, first of all, this nigga got the
Right,
TMZ
he
app,
suspect
freak
already.
ass nigga. I was like, secondly,
He definitely.
you got this crazy ass mohawk nigga, that shit all curly. This nigga freaked the fuck out. I'm not listening to
He's
this
a
fuck.
football coach.
No, I was grinding bull the fuck up in my head. Then shit, and it was like, yo, this shit starting to come up, and I'm like,
This can't be.
They had Rick Fox dead with Kobe at first.
Right.
Started looking at their phones. Oh shit.
and the thing that I got from it, like even after all this shit, like, and this maybe this is just my thinking and how I see things. It's like every so often, someone revered dies young, and I think the death is in vain if we don't take the sign for what it is, and that's like, yo, appreciate this shit. Give these motherfuckers they flowers while they here. And Kobe is a prime example. That motherfucker ages like Drake music, bro. the more time going, the more appreciation you have for the craft.
You have
that he
no
put
choice
into.
but to
And it was
appreciate it.
like, bro, if you ain't like Bull, that's cool. And I think a lot of that as a kid was my feelings on Kobe because I didn't separate from admiration for the work put in the game,
Yep.
the skill.
I'm the same way.
So now,
You just tight because he trashing his
right,
players.
I'm really mad my people aren't winning.
Right.
And now, at the point I'm in my life, I like people that I can have the admiration for the skill.
For sure.
Like, I can like you if you ain't skilled, like, and you ain't working on. It's like, yo, I don't fuck with him. So my shit flipped.
Yeah.
So watching Ball put the work in when he broke his hand shooting left-handed, you know what I mean, to all the shit he was doing, and then to watch him transform, because a lot of motherfuckers got a problem letting go, and turn into this mentor to everybody.
Right.
Kyrie talked to him daily. Him and Melo and Kyrie were the closest. See, everybody think it's Bron. Him and Kyrie talk daily, bro.
Yeah.
And him and Bron talk sporadically. But him and and Jason Tatum and
Just
how
the relationship he developed with the younger generation of hoopers, like in the NBA.
Mike can't do that.
And that's the difference.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's why I think
Mike can't do that.
He gets more
Mike ain't want
reverence.
to.
Regardless of the reason,
But
that's
it didn't
even
happen.
worse.
It
That's
didn't
even
happen.
worse.
And that's why.
Jordan did.
And I feel like that's
That's
why a
even
lot
worse.
of people really don't gear
I guess
towards him.
That was Mike's version of putting you under his wing.
Yeah.
Team Jordan definitely was a thing. Like that was major.
Yeah,
that was major.
Ray Allen, Eddie Jordan.
Yeah, that was major.
You had to be the
You
boy.
had Mike only signed.
I don't see
Mike only
Bron.
signed
I don't see
certain
Bron
caliber
doing
player. Mike only signed a certain caliber
Bron's not gonna
player.
do that.
What?
What's
When he
clutch
gets-
management?
Give back?
No. He's not going to pull the move that Kobe's on at all.
Randy
I
Moss.
feel like that's
I
what
disagree.
I feel like
I
that's
feel
what
like-
Why?
that's what clutch is.
I
right
disagree.
Now.
Tell me.
I
feel like that's
I think his son is going to have some involvement with
No,
the
I'm
NBA.
not talking about his son.
No. Here, let me finish my statement, bro. I think that his son is going to have some involvement with the NBA. So obviously, from day one, he will still be around in the public light of the NBA. He won't be playing. He might venture off into ownership. We don't know yet.
Ownership, I
We
feel
don't know
like he
yet.
definitely will.
But if he doesn't venture off into ownership, I think as
think
like
he
an
will.
ambassador or as like giving a little back to the next generation.
What's giving back in that? And when you're speaking of LeBron, what give back could he do?
Uh,
That would be because we're talking about Kobe.
Right.
And I said Bron isn't going to do that, and I got a very good reason as to why. I'm going to hear you out though. But
He's
tell me
not going to work people out
Yeah, no.
and critique them or
No.
like give them feedback. I think it would give people
He'll
feedback.
give him feedback. He's not going to. Kobe was hands on. Kobe wasn't just Kobe.
That's Kobe's style.
But hear me out though. Kobe was workout. I'm also watching your games to see if you're implementing this shit that we worked out, so I'm not wasting my fucking
Yeah.
time. What can Bron teach a player? Bron shit is all physical. Tell me, Bron gonna teach me how to be a better shooter?
No.
But that's why I'm saying, what can he teach anybody? All your shit is physical. All your shit is gifts.
He can teach
Kobe's
them.
shit was
He can teach
was
them how to
gifts.
walk. He can teach them
and
how to push
skill.
an elevator
Is Bron
button.
not like one of the most
He can teach
most
them-
smartest basketball
he can
players
teach them how to
in the
push
game?
an elevator
Like, what
button.
Can, he not teach
Can you
them?
teach?
He can
smarts?
teach them how to yell at a general manager.
You can teach somebody how to study the game.
Can you teach smarts? That's not what I
No, you
asked
can't teach basketball
Yeah,
IQ.
I was about to say basketball IQ.
You can't
So that's
teach
something you either got or you don't. So either I can have a conversation with you and I can open some doors.
You can
in
pick
that
up on
regard,
some concepts, but
So
you
you
can't.
can't learn from somebody? Like learning isn't a thing?
You can. Yes,
We're not saying that at all. But
So
what
how
can
can't someone
what can
not learn
Bron
basketball
on the
from
court
Bron?
teach somebody how to do?
Bron to me is like a walking coach. There's a lot. I feel
What
like
can
it's-
Bron?
Why are we talking
It's
about
not
this,
anything specific. It's just
No, because
different
what
areas.
I'm saying this as a point to Kobe. I'm
Okay.
actually going somewhere with this.
though? Okay.
That's the difference between Kobe. These other motherfuckers, they not doing that. Jordan might do that. Bron can't do it. You're not that skilled at any one thing. Bron's
He's just skilled at multiple things.
no. He's not highly
He's
skilled
not
at any
very.
one
He's
thing.
not very skilled at a lot.
He's if you gave somebody a 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, I think Bron will give you 7s all across the board.
Yeah.
And that's amazing because niggas can't do that.
Like
But
everywhere is a
Kobe
7.
go give you 10 on footwork. He will give you 10 on release. He will give you 10 on fadeaway, on defense. Like that's when, and he can teach that. Bron can't teach his gift because it's a gift. It's not a skill. It's not something learned. All his shit is physical. I'm fast. I'm bigger than you, and I move like a guard, even though I'm Karl Malone. I can't teach you that.
I can show you how to work out.
I can show you how to work out. Kobe shit like, yo, when you get here, you want to put Kobe shit with skill. When that athleticism went, he could still get off. He can still give you 60. That's the difference.
Really though.
Seriously. Bron.
Now, I feel like, not to discredit him scoring 60, he did take like 50 shots. We can't just ignore that fact.
Bro, at 20 years in the league and coming off of Achilles joint, if you let that nigga get 60 and the nigga you playing against was half your age, all-star, Gordon Hayward.
You said 50 shots though. Even
50
by,
shots.
if by that estimation though, he shot 60%. Just saying.
No, he shot 22 for 50. I remember the exact
22
stat.
for 50.
Shot like 44%, which is a good percentage overall.
Yeah,
to have.
that ain't really.
Overall, yeah.
Do you critique every Russell Westbrook stat line?
Don't
see what I'm saying?
Don't get into the shot attempts, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Do that.
You can't really get into that.
You can't do that.
Kobe shit was dog. Your
Need
last
30
game.
to
Any Russell Westbrook point total over 25 has come on 30 shots or more.
We know that. That's
No,
just
but
that's just like
So we
know
can't.
that.
But I'm just saying.
But my
we
thing is, he
can't
got the
talk
same
about
amount of
shot
MVPs as
attempts.
Kobe.
Yeah. We can't talk about the shot attempts.
Kobe only got one MVP.
That's
Travesty.
the tragedy. That's the tragedy,
bro. Him and Shaq only
That's
got one
the
MVP.
tragedy.
Yeah, they ain't won it. That's what that was. That was just politics.
Yeah, it was. No, y'all got two.
Yeah, y'all
Him
got one.
and Steve Nash has just as many MVPs combined. We don't see nothing anyway. But yeah, man, Kobe was definitely
I got a
fine wine,
greater
bro.
appreciation for him.
It's like,
towards the tail end
and
of
I
his
think more
career,
so
man.
when he passed, that was a kill for me. It was like, damn, dog, I just started maybe over the last like 5 years. I truly started
I'm in that
appreciating the
same
ball.
vein.
And I'm like, dog, this like ball was him.
Yeah.
And I didn't fuck with him because he was him, and I wanted my guy to be him, and he wasn't it.
He wasn't.
He was him to niggas that was him.
Yeah.
AI, dog, the way AI talk about Kobe,
Your
bro.
favorite hooper's favorite hooper.
The way AI was like, yo, man, like, he was a killer, bro. Like, and he really was. Now, the thing is, another thing as a kid, he wasn't killing the way I like to see people kill. Back then, I came from back in the day, I thought one player was supposed to score. Remember, everybody had one player then. So it's like, yo, I'm like, man, it's corny because he got Shaq, and Shaq can still give you 34, but like, he ain't really need that to kill you.
He still could get his points.
That preserved his career. That's why he was able to play 20 years, because he had Shaq.
Hell yeah.
But he ain't need Shaq to kill you.
Nah, he was gonna get his buckets.
You was gonna get killed regardless. He just preserved more energy now.
He averaged 27 against the Pacers in the finals.
Only thing I didn't like about Kobe was the Detroit series. Because it was that was the year they was really, him and Shaq, he was really trying to prove he didn't need Shaq. And Shaq was hooping.
They had a squad, but like Karl Malone getting injured played a big part in that
Dog,
too.
if he would have kept feeding Shaq the rock. And remember, Kobe shot awful that series, bro. He was shooting like 7 for 27.
Yeah.
If you shooting bad with Shaq, you gotta get a ball. But shout out to the Lakers. The Lakers gambled, bro, and I think they won. First of all, him and Shaq won.
Everybody won, man. It was a good situation. When
Shaq wanted to get one more. Kobe wanted to get more than Shaq.
When we talk about the same conversation you referencing when we had the other day, like when we talk about there was a segment when we had discussed Bron and who else lived up to the high. Like Kobe was the first one to live up to the expectations. He exceeded his expectations. He exceeded the expectations. Honestly, he exceeded the expectations.
I don't think
because nobody knew what a guard could do at that point.
There.
But I'm just saying in a basketball sense, like nobody, like you had Moses Malone that came out, you had Kevin Garnett that came out, like big men had came out.
For sure.
Nobody knew what a guard was going to do. You know what I'm saying? So
Kobe was the first
in that
guard.
aspect, he exceeded the expectations.
Dog,
like,
he outlasted.
for him to perform,
he outlasted
and then
probably the best draft class of all time.
for him to perform, and for him to had achievements as a team too. Like he exceeded
Which draft
expectations.
class are you referring to?
1996. I don't think it's a better draft class. That shit's on 03. I'm talking Marbury, Ray Allen, AI, Kobe, Sharif Abdur-Rahim. And I'm missing some niggas. I know I am. Steve
Missing
Nash.
a lot of people.
Steve
Missing
Nash
a
was
lot of
that
people.
draft
Marcus
class.
Camby.
Marcus
Nash, Camby.
You probably talking about 30 All-NBA teams.
You said Marbury.
Marbury, yeah.
Hakeem and them John was crazy.
Hakeem and them Jones.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Hakeem and them John was
Don't
crazy.
got it over that one though.
It's up there.
It's up
John
there.
was crazy.
So would those
You talking about-
would those two, including 03, be y'all top 3 draft classes basically?
Yeah, those are the top 3, aren't they? With Brian,
Brian, Wade, Bosh, and them.
yeah, Jordan.
Melo. Jordan draft and then Kobe draft. Wow.
No, you said Olajuwon. Olajuwon and Jordan draft is 2 different drafts, ain't they? Yeah. Olajuwon came out with Barkley. That was the year before.
Yeah, Hakeem John.
That Joan was crazy.
Hakeem
That
Jones
was
was crazy.
better than Jordan draft.
Hold on. Who was the first pick in Jordan's draft?
Bowie.
No, he wasn't.
No,
He was the second pick.
Who was the first pick? Was that Hakeem?
Olajuwon.
So Hakeem came in at 85.
84.
Hakeem came out at 84. They all came out at 84.
Jordan got drafted in 85.
We got.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He got drafted
Bro,
in 84.
Computers in front of me.
Google it. Fact check. You got fact check drop?
All y'all niggas fucking blasted.
No, A Face is killing me right now because he just on super chill mode. Like,
Don't try to act like that wasn't a Roli Face bust down Kobe had.
But
He
yeah,
seen that.
man.
He put a Richard on the card that night. Got him fucked up.
Olajuwon was first pick.
Yeah.
Sam Bowie.
What year?
Michael Jordan.
Sam Bowie. Michael
84.
Jordan. Yeah, 84.
84.
draft.
Sam Perkins after.
Damn, I don't know why I thought it was 85.
Barkley,
Barkley was in the same draft?
Yes.
John Stockton.
Yes. Yes. Nigga, I didn't mention it for no reason.
John Stockton.
What number
That
was Barkley?
draft is crazy.
That's the best draft. That's the best
Barkley
draft.
was 5.
Okay. I thought Barkley was 4.
You and them got drafted at
Perkins was
85.
four.
Otis
That's who it
Thorpe,
was.
number 9.
Yeah, you
No, that's the best
tripping.
draft
Like,
class.
that joke
No,
crazy.
no.
16.
Who?
John Stockton.
John
16.
Stockton.
I stand by 96.
Hakeem and them Jones was crazy.
It was crazy. That's 2. I give Brown and them 03. I mean 03 3. And it's a draft class I'm missing to.
Those are top 3 though.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think there's really been that. Like, I think last year's draft class was solid, but I don't think there's been a memorable
Too early.
draft class.
Too early. Way too early.
Yeah, I think it's early on. It's one of them. It's one of them.
Since
I can tell you,
03 though,
I can tell you what the worst draft class was. Whatever year Mike Miller won the Rookie of the Year. Or whatever year Jameer Nelson won the Rookie of
He
the Year.
won co-rookie.
Jameer never won.
No. Mike Miller won that shit outright.
No, he won co-rookie
Who?
of the year. Didn't he?
No, that was Nat.
You talking about Ben Gordon? Ben Gordon and somebody else
No,
won Kobe.
Kid and somebody else won Kobe.
No, that was well before. That's
Yeah, that's-
94.
that's
We
90s,
know about
bro.
that.
That was him and Grant Hill.
Yeah.
And Grant.
No, the Ben Gordon split Rookie of the Year with somebody.
No.
Yes, he did. Well,
With
no,
who?
don't play on Uncle Ben. Don't play with Uncle Ben.
Uncle. Minute Rice, nigga.
Hold up.
And that's UConn.
In a minute.
Minute Rice.
Trey Young gave Ben 39, 18, 69.
Ben wasn't guarding. I guarantee you Ben wasn't guarding. Why would you put a 6'10", 5'9", 5'10"? I know Ben wasn't guarding. I guarantee you Ben was guarding John Collins.
What's your final reflections, man, on Bean, man?
Final reflections
Let's close
is,
it out,
man, and this is just the Mamba mentality is real, bro.
I agree.
I think it's
I think-
instilled in all of us.
And I think
Never an MVP.
it's all encompassing.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, Rookie of the Year.
You sure?
I think it can be applied to all aspects of life as well. Whether
Yeah,
whatever
I mean-
you do.
But I think we should take from this shit is
What's your final take?
my final take from it is, man, the dude gave us the blueprint. It applies to whatever.
Yeah.
Talent is great. Hard-working talent. Take you where you want to go.
Unbeatable.
I think my man showed us, like, no matter what kind of L you take, you can find the shit to defeat it, bro. And that's just what he did. He was go outwork you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was
And
gonna.
that's what it really comes down to, man.
And he never relied on
Gotta
his
put the
talent,
work
bro.
in.
He never was just like, oh, I'm a talented boy. Like he beefed with Shaq because Shaq wasn't working as hard as he was.
And that's where a lot of his confidence came from.
Right.
Because I'm confident in the work that I already put in. So you really can't tell me shit because you wasn't in the gym.
On my other
You wasn't shooting in the gym.
never was you.
I was.
On my other podcast, shout out to the Boo Farmer podcast. Lynn, as Kobe died, the story started coming out. You know what I mean? So Lynn, my cousin and Lynn was like, like his best friend. So Len is like, yo, it was a summer. I was up St. Joe's. Go fucking figure. I'm just gonna end with this. And he was shooting. Both of them were shooting. You know, they knew of each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, you trying to play one-on-one? He was like, yeah, bet. And Len said he hit Kobe with a move, and Kobe fell. Opening joint. And he said as he went to, like, lay it up, you know, back in the, like, you're a young boy, you cross somebody, like, you laugh a little bit. And he said, Kobe said, oh, that shit funny?
Mm-hmm. I'm a big
And he said, the ball just turned into a fucking completely different person. He said he didn't miss. He was jaying his eyes out, dunking on him, all kinds of shit. Yeah. He said, yo, that's the only time I touched the ball.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm gonna make you now.
He said it probably would have been like on some sparring session shit had I not pulled out the sauce and with the little laugh. He was like, Bull was always business.
Like, personal now.
He always had the tie on.
That light is always on, baby. That red light.
That shit funny, huh?
Oh yeah, that shit. He said that's that. He said, oh, you think this shit funny? He was like, he said, oh, like you think this is a game? Like this ball going through the hoop? No, nigga, you about to get this work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Cole made up all his life.
And another thing,
appreciate that, man.
Kobe taught me to like you gotta look at shit from a different perspective. Like I didn't like him, so I didn't appreciate his shit until I got older. So like now I look at shit from a different lens. I have different judgments on one individual. I have, do I like you? What's your results? How hard are you working? Those are three different, all exclusive. Mm-hmm. One doesn't have anything to do with the other, and I call that the Kobe effect. Like that's how I look at people now. Like that's how when me and you talk, I'm be like, yo, that nigga a clown, but he hot as shit. Like that's come from Kobe. Like I learned that from Kobe. Like I cannot like you and appreciate how gifted you are, and how you are with your craft. And you know, I mean that's the big overall takeaway I take from Kobe.
My final take, and I'll be brief. I just feel like I'm to be completely honest, I'm still in a state of numbness. Like
it don't feel real, right?
Yeah, I don't fully acknowledge the reality of the situation. But just to be brief, man, my final take, in all honesty, is just I feel like a dream deferred. And what I mean by that is we didn't get the chance to see him fully develop into that father. We didn't get the chance to see him fully develop into that league. Like I feel like Kobe could have carried the league on like the way you see Bill Russell as that ambassador
for real, like
for the NBA.
He was gonna be like that for the
65-year-old Kobe.
But basketball, like basketball. Yeah. Who knows? He could have tied in overseas some kind of fucking way. Like we don't know, but basketball. Like I feel like we got robbed of all of that, man. So. Rest in peace to Kobe. Rest in peace to the victims of the tragedy. Rest in peace to Gianna. Prayers and thoughts and concerns always going out to Vanessa and the rest of the kids, man.
Stay strong, and for those that do send prayers, send
tragic
them their way.
situation, man.
One last thing, I just realized Kobe was actually a force behind the WNBA getting pay raises.
Yeah, I was definitely about to mention that too as well.
Yeah,
I don't agree with them getting pay raises, but
no, I agree with Thank you for tuning in.
You know where I'm coming from with it, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you for tuning in.
We definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in to this special KB24 episode of the Urban Apostle Podcast. Presently, you can catch us on every
and
single
subscribe.
Streaming
the DSPs.
platform.
And subscribe.
Streaming platform.
Yes, check us out on Apple Music. Subscribe. Check us out on Spotify. Your boys is out here.
Wherever you get your content at, we on there.
Give us some feedback. Let us know what you think. What you looking for.
And just want to hit them with this one last joint before we get out of here.
What you got, beloved?
Mamba out.